and welcome to the program Sula's Big Adventures with me, Sula. This episode is about the Sogries 12x50 binoculars. These binoculars were sent to me by Sogries, but they didn't ask me to review them. They just told me to try them out, and I did try them out. So of course I'm going to review them. The binoculars came with a nice case. It came with a strap, neoprene strap, and a magic cloth, and instructions, and this placard that says handcrafted by James O, Sogries Tech, Hong Kong. They have BINOCULARS ED glass, which is a high quality glass, and they're a roof prism design, so they're very compact. And the ED, or extra low dispersion glass, reduces chromatic aberration. And in my testing, I saw very little false color, almost none. And the image quality was very clear with accurate color. They're designed to eliminate stray light and improve light transmission. And they also have anti-reflective coating on the objective lens that reduces reflected light and that increases light transmission, resulting in high resolution images that are sharp and clear. And they have a nice ergonomic design. They felt good in my hands, and they're lightweight and easy to carry, and I felt comfortable wearing them around my neck while using them. I weighed these binoculars, and they weigh 1 pound 14 ounces, or 0.85 kilograms. For comparison, I weighed a pair of Nikon Pro Staff 10x50 binoculars, and they weighed exactly the same. I also compared the image quality of the Sogries to these Nikon Pro Staff 10x50 binoculars, and I thought that the Sogries were much sharper than the Nikon Pro Staff. I'm looking at some hummingbirds at a hummingbird feeder right off of my deck. First with the Nikon Pro Staff, and then with the Sogries. And they just seem a little sharper with the Sogries to me. Looking at these flickers in that tree, about 100 meters away. The image definitely looks brighter with the Sogries than the Nikon. Now, they're not the exact same size. The Nikon Pro Staff are 10x50, which would give them a bigger exit pupil of 5 millimeters, while the Sogries have 12 times magnification, which would give them a smaller exit pupil of 4.16 millimeters. And you would think that with the smaller exit pupil, that the image would not be as bright on the Sogries, but it was actually brighter. However, after looking at several things, mostly birds, it didn't seem like that the image was bigger in the Sogries, but it was definitely brighter and sharper. The Sogries 12x50 ED binoculars are $156 US, while the Nikon Pro Staff, which I don't think have ED glass, are about $250 or so, something like that. In my testing, I was looking at some calliope hummingbirds, and these hummingbirds looked much sharper in the Sogries than in the Nikon Pro Staff. I just so happen to have my 10x42 Leica binoculars nearby, and I know it's not a fair comparison, but neither the Sogries nor the Nikon could come close to the sharpness of the Leica binoculars. But the Leica binoculars cost about $800 or so. So it's not a fair comparison, but I just wanted to see how the image quality in the Sogries compared to a much higher priced pair of binoculars. The image in the Sogries was very clear and sharp. It was a little soft at the edges, but for the price point of only $156, the softness at the extreme edge of the field of view can be overlooked. I was very impressed with the quality of the image in the Sogries. The Sogries have a 5.8 degree field of view, which is pretty good, and the size of the eyepiece is 24 millimeters, though the exit pupil at 4.16 is smaller than the entrance pupil of the average observer, which is usually 5 or 6 millimeters depending on how old you are. The eye cup can be adjusted depending on how much eye relief you need. And the center focus wheel was very smooth, and I was able to easily and quickly adjust the focus wheel. And they have a diopter, so you can adjust for any differences in vision between your two eyes. The binoculars are nitrogen filled, so they're waterproof and fog proof, and they have an O-ring seal to prevent any water intrusion, and sealing the dry nitrogen prevents fogging and moisture damage. So you can use these binoculars in rain, fog, or high humidity. Honestly, it's not that fun to go birding when it's raining because the birds hunker down and hide, but it's good to know that your binoculars won't be ruined if you get caught in the rain. These binoculars would be perfect for taking with you when traveling. For bird watching, they're great. I'm not a hunter, but probably they're nice for hunting. They're great for taking hiking and perfect for stargazing. I tried them out on the moon, and the moon looked quite nice in these binoculars. And I looked at some star clusters that looked very nice. And this is a nice size binocular for stargazing. And you can mount them on a tripod for stability. You put the adapter here. A lot of people who read binocular reviews want you to show them what the image will look like in the binoculars. Let me tell you something, that is extremely hard to do. I did hold my phone up to the binoculars and I took some photos of the calliope hummingbirds, but it looked way better in the binoculars than the images on my phone. So I took some photos of the calliope hummingbirds I was looking at with a 600 millimeter lens on my camera because I felt that the image size of the bird in the camera and the quality of the image in the binocular were similar to the photos. I also tried to take some photos of the moon by holding the phone up to the binoculars, but the photos with my phone were not very good. The moon looked much sharper in the binoculars, but I hope that these at least give you an idea of the image size in the binoculars. I have to confess that when I saw the price of these binoculars was so low, I couldn't imagine that Sogries could produce a binocular that was of very high quality at that price point, especially a binocular using ED BAK4 glass, which is very high quality. But I was pleasantly surprised. They weren't perfect, as I mentioned. The sharpness fell off at the edge of the field of view, as it does in many binoculars. But for $156, that can be easily overlooked. And I felt the image quality was overall very good, and I can easily recommend these binoculars. If you're in the market for a very nice pair of 12x50 ED binoculars at a very reasonable price. So thank you, Sogries, for sending me these binoculars. They're great. And I'm going to take them with me next week for some whale watching and some stargazing. That's it for now. Dark skies forever. Sula signing off.